Okay, I had a few questions that I thought maybe some of you guys on there could help. The first one is I'm in a gender psychology class, and there's another guy in the class that really participates a lot, and he brought up something that I thought was kind of an interesting question, and it's a perspective I hadn't looked at before. Um, he asked, well, some of the things we're doing is like one of the activities was she gave us these sheets that there's one for men to fill out, one for the women to fill out, and for the men it said things like I'm expected to, I can do, and I'm forbidden to, and there's columns to fill it in. And then if I were a woman, I could do these things, I would do these things, and I would not do these things. And I had a lot of trouble filling that out, just I guess because when I was raised, the way I was raised, I rejected the whole time, and I didn't get the socialized, through puberty and stuff of guys, and I didn't really have a constant father figure in my life anyway. So, but anyway, that class brought up a discussion, and he asked me if it were more acceptable for men and women to be the same, like you could be emotionally the same, and it didn't matter if you were a guy or a girl, you could still be extremely emotional or not emotional at all, and just all the different socially things that keep men and women different. Anyway, his question was, if men and women could be the same, would as many people feel that it's necessary to go through the physical transition? And I'd never really thought about it, because for me, yeah, it's absolutely necessary. It's not just the socialization, that's just a sidebar thing, but it's my body that I couldn't handle it. But there's two other people that I know that are transitioning, and I think it would be a possibility for them. They seem to be perfectly fine with the functioning of their body, but for one of them, they're trying to act more and more like their dad, who I think is obnoxious, and they've said to me in the past, well, recently, well, I'll catch myself doing these things that seem so feminine, and I'll stop myself and try and be a little more stiff, and or so and so will say something to me and bring it to my attention, and all I could say was it's not about changing who you are, it's becoming who you are. You shouldn't be trying to change yourself to fit into what everybody thinks a man should be. You should be fixing your body to fit you, not changing your personality intentionally. And anyway, that bothered me for that person. The other person I know is with someone who's never been in a relationship with a female before, and I think that person is not comfortable with being with someone that's female bodied, and so they're gonna transition just for that, I guess. And I don't know. And I'm sure I know there's a lot of people that it is necessary, and for me it is necessary, and for most people it's necessary, but I think there are a few that maybe it's not so much. Anyway, I'm curious what other people think about that. The other thing I had was, and this is more maybe a legal question, I don't know. I was with a girl for 7.5 years, and when I met her, she had 2-year-old and 3-year-old daughters, and about a year before we split, we did the artificial insemination thing, and anyway, we had another daughter, and she's only ever known me as daddy, and obviously since we split up, she lives with her mother still, and I left the house with her, the car with her, just because she had all the kids, and I took the other, the smaller vehicle. And anyway, basically I just voluntarily pay her child support, and I get visitation and all that stuff. But she was with someone for a while that didn't like me, so she didn't let me see Riley at all, my daughter. And for 2 months, actually, I missed her second birthday. And finally, over the summer, she left that person who was just, she was awful, alcoholic, controlling person. And so I'm seeing my kid again, and but it just seems like everything over there is falling apart. She's with somebody new that at first I liked her, but she has, there's my ex and the 3 kids, and then there's this person with her 2 young children plus a teenage boy who is not really adopted but just lives with her, I guess, isn't with his mom anymore. And all of his friends are in and out of the house, and I guess he's like 16, and he's married suddenly, so his wife lives there with them. And they're just, there's way too many people living in the house. They're pretty much trashing it, not making the payments on time, and I'm having to take care of that stuff. And I don't know, I don't really know what, I don't want to lose my daughter, so I try to not say anything, because they tell me I'm being controlling and stuff. And I don't know, I'm curious of what kind of control I have at all, if any, if anybody's been in this situation or anything similar. How do you handle something like that? I know I don't have any legal rights to my daughter. Is there any way that I could try to get some? I mean, if I could get her to let me sign the birth certificate, because at the time I hadn't had my name changed or anything, so I couldn't sign Riley's birth certificate. But I don't even know what's possible. So anyway, if anybody can give me any kind of input on that, I'd appreciate it. I don't know, this is only my second video, and I just had some things in my mind, so thanks if you can give me a little input. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to do a video now and then, just let people get to know me a little better, I guess.